The central, daily technological hurdle that causes seniors disproportionate stress is that the simple 6-digit code meant to protect your security often becomes a frantic, high-pressure race against the clock that feels like a cognitive trap. If that sentence just hit home for you, I want you to take a deep breath and just listen. You know that feeling, right? Your heart starts pounding a little, you're fumbling for your phone, trying to find that text message, and you can just feel that invisible timer ticking down. We have all been there. But I want to be absolutely crystal clear about something. It is not your fault. That frustration, that little spike of anxiety, that feeling like you're being tested every single time you just want to log into your email, that is not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that the system is failing you. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack that failure. We're going to pull back the curtain on what's really happening, both in the technology and, in our own minds during this daily security race. And most importantly, we are going to find a way to stop running it for good. Okay, let's really dig into this because this one idea, it's the foundation for everything we're about to talk about. That stress you feel, it is a direct predictable result of the way these security systems were built. I mean, think about it. The brilliant engineers who created them, their number one goal was to build an impenetrable digital vault. They were focused on math, on creating a lock that was just theoretically perfect. But in that process, they kind of overlooked the human part of the equation. How a real person, maybe with the TV on, maybe feeling a little rushed, would actually use that lock. It's a flawed design that puts a machine's cold logic way ahead of a human's need for comfort and confidence. So let's get right to the heart of it. What is actually going on in those 30 or 60 seconds? It's not just a login, it's a showdown. A simple, unforgiving timer versus the incredibly complex and powerful human brain. This slide, this really nails the core mismatch. On the left, you see what the system is demanding. High-speed recall, perfect accuracy, all under the intense pressure of a ticking clock. But on the right, you see our cognitive reality. And this isn't about age, by the way. Anyone at any age would struggle with this if they're distracted. Our brains just aren't designed to be high-speed data processors. Nope. They're built for creativity, for problem solving, for connecting with people. The system is demanding this frantic sprint, but our brains are built for a thoughtful walk. It's a fundamental clash between machine logic and human nature. And to really get this conflict, we've got to talk about something called working memory. The best way to think about it is like a little mental sticky note. When you get that 6-digit code, you mentally write it on that sticky note. The plan is to carry that note over to the login screen and type it in. Simple enough, but your working memory is fragile. So picture that sticky note on your desk. That ticking timer, it's like a fan blowing right at your desk. And maybe the dog barks, or someone asks you a question. Each one of those is another gust of wind, threatening to blow that little sticky note right off the desk before you can use it. That's what these systems are doing, without meaning to. They're creating a cognitive hurricane around one simple task. So why is that sticky note so easy to lose? Well, it all comes down to this number, 3. It's because the system isn't really asking you to do one thing. It's demanding a complex juggling act. It's forcing your brain to do at least 3 difficult things all at the same time. First, switch your attention from the computer to your phone. Second, find and hold a random string of numbers in your head. And third, do it all while you're racing that relentless clock. It's just a recipe for frustration. And now, let's see how this all plays out in what we call the high friction loop. Just follow along with me. Step 1, you type in your password. No problem, confidence is high. Step 2, context switch. You stop looking at the computer, you pick up your phone, unlock it, find your messages. Each tiny action starts to chip away at your focus. Step 3, find the code. Okay, 825190. You're repeating it in your head, maybe saying it out loud. Your whole world narrows down to that number. Step 4, switch back. For just a split second, your brain has to find its place again on the website. Where was that little box? Ah, there it is. But in that tiny moment, the number gets fuzzy. Wait, was it 825 or 852? That little hesitation, that moment of doubt, that's all it takes? The code expires. Frustration just boils over, and now you have to start the whole stressful loop all over again. So I'm going to say this one more time, because this is probably the most important thing to take away from all this. If this whole process feels hard, it is not a sign that your memory is failing you or that you're bad with technology. It's a sign that you are a human being asked to do an inhumanly designed task. It's not a memory test, it's a high-pressure multitasking test that you were never, ever meant to take. The problem is the process, not the person. Okay, that's enough about the problem. We've taken it apart, we understand where the stress comes from. Now, let's shift our focus completely to the solution. We're going to introduce a powerful, structured approach to get back that feeling of control and calm. It's a system I call the Friction-Elimination Protocol. And here is the single most liberating idea we're going to talk about today. The answer to this problem is not to grit your teeth and try harder. It's not to practice memorizing numbers faster or trying to beat the clock. No way. That's just playing a losing game on a field that's tilted against you. The real, lasting solution is to just refuse to play that game at all. It's about calmly and confidently changing the tools you use. And that is exactly what the Friction-Elimination Protocol, or FFET for short, is all about. It's a deliberate system for swapping out these high-stress, high-friction security tasks for methods that are simple, automated, and designed to work with the natural flow of your brain. It's a conscious choice to move from a state of recurring anxiety to a state of calm control. It's about picking tools that respect how your mind works, turning security from a dreaded test into a simple, thoughtless action. Now, this protocol is built on 3 core principles we're going to explore. The first is the method upgrade mandate, which is all about choosing better tech so you don't have to race the clock. The second, the environmental control rule, is about creating a calm space for those moments you do need to focus. And the third, the safe retrieval system, well, that's our insurance policy. It's designed to completely remove the fear of ever being locked out of your life. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. Theory is great, but what does this actually look like in real life? We're going to walk through a gentle, actionable 3-step plan to put this protocol into practice.
Okay, this right here is the heart of the method upgrade. On the left, you see these stressful SMS text codes we've been talking about. Now look at the right. This is a different tool called an Authenticator app. So what is it? It's just a small free app you put on your phone. You might have heard of Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator, and it generates these codes for you right on your device. And just look at the difference. The friction level goes from high to low. Why? Because manual entry is gone. The app shows you the code and you just tap a button to copy it. The multitasking is minimized. You just switch apps, tap copy, switch back, and tap paste. The frantic race to remember is completely gone. And as a result, the stress level just plummets. It changes the entire experience from a frantic race to a calm, simple click.
So here's your practical action plan. Step 1, start that transition to an Authenticator app. Now, you don't have to do it for every single account overnight. Just focus on 1 or 2 really important ones, like your main email or maybe your Amazon account. That change alone will get rid of most of the stress. Step 2 is about environmental control. For those really high-stakes logins like banking, create what I call a quiet zone pre-login ritual. This isn't about creating a silent library. It's just about giving yourself 2 minutes of relative peace. Just say to your spouse, hey, I'm logging into the bank, I'll be right with you. That simple act makes a world of difference. And step 3 is the safe retrieval system. When you set up this kind of security, websites almost always give you a set of one-time use recovery codes. Please do not skip this step. Print those codes out. Think of them like a spare key to your house. You hope you never need it, but you are so glad it's there if you do. Store it somewhere safe with your other important papers. They are your absolute guarantee that you will never be permanently locked out. And here's one more super simple, powerful tip. When you're logging in on your main private computer at home, look for a little checkbox that says, "Remember me," or "Trust this browser." Now, this is crucial. Only do this on your own private computer that nobody else uses, never on a public or shared one. But at home, ticking that box is a safe and easy way to dramatically cut down on how often you're even asked for a code, turning a daily annoyance into a monthly one. As we bring these practical steps together, I want to zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger shift in perspective that comes with them. This isn't just about changing apps. It's about embracing a whole new, calmer philosophy for your digital life. It's about recognizing the wisdom of simplicity. Please let this idea really sink in. For decades, we've been taught to think that if security isn't complicated, it must not be strong. But you know what? That's a dangerous myth. A complex security system that makes you fail, or get locked out, or give up and write your password on a sticky note, well, that's not secure at all, is it? The reality is, human behavior is the most important part of any security system. The strongest security is a system you can perform calmly, confidently, and correctly every single time. And that brings us to the ultimate point here. Simplicity is security. When you adopt these easier methods, you're doing so much more than just making logins less annoying. You are actively preserving your finite cognitive energy for the things in life that truly matter. You are safeguarding your confident access to your finances, your connections with family and friends. You are protecting your digital independence, making sure that technology serves you, not the other way around.
Okay, let's bring this all home. We've gone from understanding this deep-seated problem to outlining a clear, powerful solution. So what's the very first tangible step you can take on this path toward a calmer, more secure digital life?
I want to leave you with a gentle challenge. Not to overhaul everything overnight. That would just create a whole new kind of stress. Instead, just think about one account. What is the one login that consistently gives you the most trouble? Maybe it's your bank. Maybe it's your main email. Your first step, your only goal for this week, is to simply go to that website, find their help section, and search for the words Authenticator App. Just read the instructions. You don't even have to do it yet. Just learn the process for that one account. That one small act of discovery is what starts the chain reaction that puts you back in the driver's seat.
So as we close, let's just quickly revisit the core ideas. First, and most importantly, remember that the frantic stress of two-factor authentication is structural, not personal. It's caused by that fundamental conflict between the technology's unforgiving time limits and the natural capacity of our working memory. It was never, ever your fault.
And the most helpful insight to carry with you is the power of the method upgrade. By switching to a dedicated authenticator app, you can completely eliminate that taxing multi-step process. Which leads me to one final reassuring thought. By simplifying your security, you are not making it weaker, you are making it stronger. You're securing reliable access to your world, you're preserving your precious cognitive energy for what truly matters, and you are ensuring that you can confidently and calmly manage your digital life for years to come.